Hello, and welcome to the start of this week's vlog and today's Dippit. Woo! So I've read a couple of chapters of Infinite Fates, and it's really getting more interesting the more I read. So I'm really excited about that. I didn't get a lot of reading done today because I really have been so go the last week with updating all my shorts and everything like that. And I think I was more tired than what I think I was. So I ended up sleeping majority of the day away. So I am hoping really hoping that I'll be able to sleep through the night, considering how much sleep I've actually gotten today. And I hope that doesn't make for a tiring week, just with how tired I am, but we are going to have to see, and we're going to make it through together. Woo! Alright, so my plan is to finish this book this week, which I think is completely doable as long as I read every single day. So that's kind of it for me. Woohoo! Alright, so hopefully everybody's doing alright. Give it a thumbs up. Alright, and we'll catch you next bit. Bye! Hello, and welcome to this reading Dippit. Woohoo! Alright, so what I want to show you is that, how I work at a library part-time, and so every once in a while publishers will send them arcs, and when they do, and they don't have nothing to do with them, they'll offer the arcs to the staff, right? So I saw two arcs that really interested me, and that was one by How Freaking Romantic by Emily Harding. Ooh! And then the second one is The Second Chance Cinema by Theo Weiss. And this book was actually, I could have chosen it as a Book of the Month book this month, but then I decided not to because I really liked some of the other choices, so... But you know what? Got it anyways. It's the ARC, so it's not the published book, but you know what? Better than nothing. At least I get to read it, you know what I mean? So yeah, so these are just my two books. I just wanted to kind of jump in and say yay! I don't know. But that's just kind of it. So I'm really excited. I don't know when I'm going to read them. I know I'm going to read The Second Chance Cinema probably first, and the right, but you know what? I'm just so happy that I live in such a privileged position where I can get access to ARCs, you know what I mean? Alright, so that's just kind of it. Give them a thumbs up, and we'll catch you next episode. Bye! Hello, and welcome to my reading Dippit here. So, as you can see, I got rows and rows of books. Did I get to reading yet? No. Mainly because I've been doing some other things, spending time with loved ones, and just really taking the time to be quiet and to reflect and, do some more short work or work some of my shorts, which didn't need to happen. But you know what? I did it anyways. But I'm going to do some more work on this kind of front area right now to kind of clean it up and just to see what I can do. I think I'm going to put my romances here, kind of over here, and see what I can do. But for right now, all I know is that some change needs to happen, and that's what I'm going to go do. I think I'm going to move my Snorlax to somewhere else. But yeah, that's kind of it. So next time you tune in for our next Dippit, everything's going to be a little different, and that's okay. Give it a double thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright. Happy reading, everybody, and we'll catch you next Dippit. Bye! Hello, and welcome to this reading Dippit. So, I have now just finished listening to Bound by Ali Hazelwood. Funny story out how I came across this audiobook, and it's only an audiobook, that I realized I hadn't read a book this week, and I'm most likely not going to finish our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen this week, due to some other, I didn't really read. I did have time to read last night, but I didn't. But so I was okay, you gotta read a book a week, and I was looking for an audiobook that I could read or listen to while I'm working, and I was looking on Hoopla, which is an app through the library, and all of a sudden Bound by Ali Hazelwood came up, and of course, gotta read everything that she comes out with, regardless of what I think about her. And oh my gosh, thank God I did, because this book is something else. So Bound is a dark academia book, and it is something that, what it is about is just, we have Vero, or Veronica. She's a PhD student at university, and she is also into like book restorations, and her coworker that she works with end up coming up and to make some extra cash, want to do some like forgeries. And because she like forges books, she gets the attention of Victor, and Victor like kind of kidnaps her and her colleague, and he tries to convince her to like, you know, you need to do this book for me, right? Or like forge this book for me because I'm trying to get this like guy to come buy it, and you know, like he's kind of like a bad guy kind of a thing. And you know, and so she does. In the process of doing that, they end up falling in love, and you know, but the spice isn't, or the romance and the spice isn't like a big deal or a big part of the book. I would say it's only a small, maybe 5% of the book. The majority is about like this forgery and, you know, getting it done. And along the way, she discovers the supernatural element and what it really means. And oh my goodness, I don't want to give too much away about the supernatural element because it does play a big part, especially near the end of the book. But yeah, that's kind of it. And then on a second note, as you can see, I got like new displays here. I got kind of like my teen and junior reads, and then I got some holiday reads, and then kind of like my adult fiction books. But here we go, seasonal reads that we got: Always in December by Emily Stone, and then In a Hollandaise by Christina Lauren. Now, I didn't think I ever owned anything by Christina Lauren, which is like why I ended up picking up The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, but apparently I already had one and I didn't know about it because I picked this up at the bookstore which I volunteer at the end of last Christmas, and because it's like a seasonal like Christmas kind of vibe book, I didn't want to I don't know, like I felt like I had to read it before then, and then in December, like you have to read it in December, I guess. So these are the kind of the two books which I plan to read in December, and then maybe by the end of December and into the new year, because I want to get rid of the snow because I live in a four-seasonal environment. I will end up reading The Paradise Problem because, you know, we'll want some bit of paradise in the gloomy winter gloomy days. But yeah, so that's just kind of it. But yes, like with listening to Bound, I have now met my reading goal for the year of consuming 105 books. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to, you know, read. I am going to take the time to read more, obviously. And just now, I guess, like I think I have the pressure of not necessarily meeting my reading goal and I can just read. I think that's going to be a very fun thing for me to be doing, and it's like the relief, the pressure of having to read is gonna be off. But yeah, that's kind of it for me. Gonna give it a thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright, and we'll catch you next bit. Bye. Hello, and welcome to this reading Dippit and the end of this week's vlog. Woohoo! Alright, so I didn't get a lot of reading done, but I did listen to an audiobook, which is great. I did a lot of stuff for shorts and everything, you know, got a new display here, which is always something, right? But this week, I swear I'm going to finish this book, right? Because there's so many other books I want to read, plus, you know, we got our seasonal reads here, so yay! But anyways, there's so many other books, so little time, so I better get cracking and better get doing it, right? So that's just kind of it for me, you know. I worked hard, or like, you know, hard on my short content, so please make sure to like it when you see it. But other than that, everything's going alright. I'm doing real well. You know, I've been doing a lot of nothing, waiting for life to happen instead of happening to life, which is kind of bad. And, you know, because life only happens when you do something to it. And we're getting another 2 Sundays in a row where it's kind of quote unquote like bad weather days, because we're expected to get another like 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. So yeah, so it's kind of nice when you're looking out and it's a winter wonderland, but may not look this way or feel this way tomorrow morning. So there's that. Hey, anyways, gonna give it a thumbs up. Hopefully everybody's doing alright, everybody's excited, and I'll catch you on the next bit. Bye!